My name is Ella Thompson, and for the longest time, people called me a living success story. At 30, I was a senior director at one of the fastest growing digital marketing firms in the city. My days were packed with strategy meetings, client negotiations, and social media campaigns worth millions. People admired me, people envied me, people wanted to be me. But the reality, I was exhausted, quietly, constantly, and completely. My life revolved around my glowing screens, emails, analytics, notifications. Every morning began with a vibration on my nightstand, and every night ended with my phone still warm in my hand. Sometimes I wondered if my phone counted as a part of my body. And then there was Leo. Leo, my fiancé, was the kind of person who didn't fit into my world of speed and schedules. He was an artist, gentle, patient, thoughtful. He took his time with everything. He painted slowly, spoke slowly, lived slowly. And sometimes I hated that. Not because it was wrong, but because I forgot how to slow down myself. Wham! The distance between us. Our arguments didn't start with shouting, they started with silence. Leo would ask me a question during dinner, and I would answer with half my brain because the other half was replying to a client on my phone. He would laugh about something funny he saw on the street, and I would smile without looking up. He would tell me about a new idea for his art exhibition, and I would type emails while nodding automatically one night. He said gently, "Ella, I miss you, even when you're right here." I responded with the same line I always used. "I'm just busy right now, I'll make time later." But later never came, not for weeks, not for months, maybe not for years. 2. The unexpected invitation. Then, one Friday evening, Leo came home with a small wooden box in his hand. It was smooth, polished, and locked with a tiny brass key. "Let's go somewhere tomorrow," he said. "Just the two of us. No work, no screens." I almost said no. Saturdays were my most productive days, but something in his eyes, a quiet sadness, made me stop. So, against my usual instincts, I agreed. 3. The cabin by the lake. The next morning, Leo drove us to an old cabin near a quiet lake, a place we used to visit when we first started dating, back when I wasn't married to my career, back when I actually enjoyed breathing. The cabin smelled like pine wood and old memories. Then Leo placed the wooden box on the table and said, "For the next 60 minutes, I want you to put your phone and laptop inside this box. Just 1 hour, Ella, 1 hour with no screens, only us." I laughed nervously. 1 hour? That's nothing. But when I held my phone over the box, my hands trembled. Email threads, notifications, client campaigns, messages, updates. What if something urgent happened? Leo looked at me softly. "Nothing is more urgent than the life you're living right now." Reluctantly, I dropped my phone into the box. He locked it, put the key in his pocket, and set a timer on an old analog clock. Tick. Tock. The hour had begun. 4. The withdrawal. The first 10 minutes felt like 10 hours. I kept looking at the box, my fingers twitched. My mind invented emergencies that didn't exist. What if my team needed me? What if a client got angry? What if the world caught fire while I was offline? Leo sat beside the window, sketching quietly. His calmness irritated me. "Are you really fine with doing nothing?" I asked. He smiled. "Doing nothing is sometimes the most important thing you can do." I rolled my eyes, Kanye. The shift around the 20-minute mark, something strange happened. My mind stopped running. The buzzing in my head slowly faded. The silence became less threatening. I noticed things I hadn't seen in years. The sound of the wind brushing through the trees, the gentle ripples on the lake, the way sunlight softened Leo's face as he drew, the feeling of my own breathing. I sat beside him and whispered, "I forgot it was this beautiful." He didn't respond. He didn't need to. 6. The memory. As the minutes passed, memories surfaced. The first time Leo showed me this cabin, the day we carved our initials into the wooden railing, the night he proposed to me under the stars. I reached out and touched his hand. "Leo, I'm sorry I've been distant." He looked up from his sketchbook. His eyes were warm but heavy. "I know you work hard because you want a good life for us," he said softly. "But a good life isn't measured in emails or awards. It's measured in moments, and we've lost so many." His voice cracked a little. "You're here, Ella, but you're never with me." My chest tightened, kavamai. From the last minute. When the old clock finally ticked to the last minute, I felt a sudden fear. Not fear of missing work, not fear of losing clients, fear of losing him. When the 60 minutes ended, Leo opened the wooden box. He handed me the phone, and then handed me a letter. A simple envelope, my name written on the front. "Read it after I leave," he whispered. I froze. "Leave? What do you mean?" He gave a sad smile, a smile full of love and resignation. "I can't force you to slow down. I can't compete with your world. So this is my last gift." He placed 2 keys on the table. One key unlocked the box, the key to my digital life. The other key belonged to the cabin, the key to the quiet life we once dreamed of. "You choose," he said gently. "I'll be waiting for your answer, but not forever." And then he walked out the door. 8. The letter. My hands shook as I opened the envelope. Inside, Leo had written, "Ella, I love you more than you know, but love needs presence if our future matters. Choose the world where we exist together. Choose us. Choose life beyond the screen. Leo." Tears blurred the words. Outside the window, I saw him walking toward the lake, slow, quiet, heartbreakingly peaceful. 9. The decision. For the first time in years, I didn't reach for my phone. I didn't check my emails. I didn't open my notifications. I picked up the cabin key, not because I was ready, not because I suddenly understood balance, but because I wasn't ready to lose the only person who ever reminded me what being human felt like. I stepped outside, took a deep breath, and walked toward Leo. This time, fully present, fully here, fully with him.